What's up, everybody? Coach Widmer here. Karoshi Combat Sports Weekly, Episode 2. Today's guest is MMA veteran Mike Russell. We were just talking about him with one of the matchmakers for a very famous promotion in Ohio. But we'll get to more on that later. This weekend, we had some big fights that we talked about in the first episode with Coach Hurtsellers. Coach Russell and I also went over some of those fights. He made his picks for the two main events and was just as wrong as me and Coach Hurtsellers. What'd you think about the two main events, Coach?
I personally think that UL won, but that's just me. I kind of feel like he won the last three, and I think he might have gotten a 10-8 in either the fourth or the fifth, which 10-8 is supposed to be happening more often now with the new rules, but who knows? It's all weird. The judging's all messed up and whatnot, so it is what it is. And, I mean, Colby kind of surprised me. I really didn't think he would win, but he won. He grinded it out, and he won.
Yeah, that was the Yol one was like, I thought Yol won too. I wanted Yol to win. Here's my thing. I haven't gone back and watched it a second time.
Yeah.
I need to. I probably will after this, so maybe I should have done that before this, but it didn't work out that way. But either way, I was so excited about it that we weren't supposed to talk about that first, and I just started talking about it because I just wanted to get to it. I was like, oh, we got to talk about Yol and Whitaker. They also put up, I love you. He's so funny. Let me kiss you, look. Whitaker put up a post about with his hand. His thumb is. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. At first, I didn't see it. I was looking at his hand. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I see the thumb. Oh, no, right, never mind.
That's a scary thought. Scary thought. Yeah. Also, we had the PFL fights that I was talking about on the show. Lance Palmer won by rear naked choke. Andre Harrison won by like smothering unanimous decision. There was one really, really sweet knockout. Jake Hune was fighting that Trevor Nicholson, I believe his name is, the Spartan. My God, a flying knee. It looked like he like jumped to heaven for it. Like, I mean, it was just picking grapes. Whap, bam, right with the knee. I was like, God. And Hume fell back, and he like tried to get up, and he was awake, but it was his muscles weren't cooperating with him at that point. But it was a pretty savage knockout. And then I think they added some things to a few of the UFC pay-per-views this weekend as well.
Oh yeah, Demetrius Johnson and Henry Cueto at 227. I mean, every fighter has a puncher's chance. Cueto's really good.
And it's the second time going out there. But God, the last one.
But
the last one really showed, I think, like that you can't put somebody who's like super green in one area with DJ. I'm saying the last one with Cejudo.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's been a while.
I don't think you could put anybody in there with Mighty Mouse. I mean, he's just so good. He's so textbook in every single way. There's really no holes in his game. He's just quick. He's always a step ahead. Somebody will think they're going to reverse something, and DJ's just already there. It's nasty. He's pretty much the textbook fighter.
Yep.
So
the gamer.
We'll see.
He's the gamer.
But
I love it.
Every fighter has a puncher's chance. That's the exciting thing about the sport. Anybody can win any fight.
He's got this like huge following on Twitch, where he plays video games and like talks all kinds of crap.
Big gamer.
That guy that does the African voice and like scares people was messing with him one day. I seen the video of it. I was cracking up.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see that.
Then there was some boxing this weekend. Joe Horn and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's looking better and better. And then
Reigns undefeated.
Yeah. Wilder versus Joshua was announced finally over in London. Eddie Hearn's going to be promoting it. I mean, that's a weird one because it's almost like it's the clash of styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But it'll be exciting. I think someone's gonna.
I got Wilder.
I do too, actually. I do too.
I'm all about the USA with boxing. Got to. Always. Always, always, always. People were yelling at me for going with Floyd. Cheering for him when he was boxing Conor. I'm like, it's USA! USA versus Ireland. That's boxing. It's what we live for. Come on. I love it. But that'll be a great fight. But yeah, definitely go Wilder. Another fight was announced not announced, but we know both guys are interested in it. And that's Brock versus John Jones. That'll be huge. And also that goes into the whole ESPN and Fox thing, because Fox dumps the UFC, picks up WWE, ESPN dumps WWE, picks up UFC. It's all kind of like intermingling now, even with, I didn't talk about it yet with you, but Ronda Rousey's getting inducted into UFC Hall of Fame. And last night on Monday Night Raw, they talked about it, like specifically, like she referenced it. They were talking about Strikeforce, talking about UFC. I think there's a lot more blurred lines in that.
Well, it's funny. And I didn't even mention this to you. I seen Chael Sonnen was on Brendan Schaub's podcast, and I don't think the WWE and UFC have good relations at all whatsoever. There's a hard rivalry there because Chael Sonnen told Brendan Schaub that the WWE offered him $1 million to no-show the Anderson Silva fight and go to WWE, or $5 million if he wins the belt to take UFC's belt to Monday Night Raw. And Chael Sonnen just...
I don't think Vince McMahon's making that move. They're so worried about legal stuff and everything now.
Well, that was back... I mean, you gotta think when Chael and Silva fought, that was a while ago. I don't know. Just, there's a lot
That's wild, but yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff that's happened between them that seems like there's some sort of bad blood, at least.
I would say so. I would absolutely say so. How'd the rest of that card go on the UFC? We had Colby and Dos Anjos, obviously.
Yeah, Holly Holm won. Everyone pretty much.
Yeah, she's fun to watch. Especially like against a bigger girl like that, because she's fighting up.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it shows.
I think that was kind of the question mark, really, is if Megan Anderson was a good enough 45er to where she would be able to be too big.
Absolutely.
But
definitely.
Not.
Absolutely. But she showed. She's one of the best in the world.
Yep,
she was just in there with Cyborg for 5 rounds. You can't.
She might be right back in there with Cyborg.
We'll see.
After that.
Yeah. And then Curtis Blades hit Overing with that nuclear bomb of an elbow. Jeez.
Like 5 or 6 of them, too.
Yeah, but that last one, you see that last one?
Overing opened him up like a can of tuna.
Mm-hmm. Overing should probably look at calling it a day soon. But I don't know how much money. Wasn't he on Fight Pass, though? Yeah, he was like on... No, he was on FS1.
He was the main
of the prelims. Yeah, but that was good. That was good. Then tonight, we have the Dana White Contender Series. That's why we're doing an early show this week, because we wanted to touch on this before. And there's one everybody's kind of looking forward to on that. It's not the main event, but...
Greg Hardy versus Austin Lane. Greg Hardy's a beast. There's a lot of controversy behind him, but nonetheless, I have actually heard some people talk about him, and his character seems alright from what they've seen, despite the charges he may have supposedly had and such. But he's good. He's been knocking people out and just going through people. So it'll be interesting to see how he is at the next level.
I hope Austin Lane knocks his head off. That's how I feel. I don't care about his redemption. I don't care about any of that. I hope Austin Lane knocks his head off. I'm not here to talk about people's personal lives, but I hope Austin Lane knocks his head off, and I'll just leave it at that. For the main event, you got Alonzo Menifield and Deshaun Boatnight. I've actually saw Boatnight fight. He's a beast. That'll be a fun one to watch. So I'm looking forward to that tonight. That's on UFC Fight Pass. Then, coming up on June 21st, on the Professional Fighters League that we just talked about the results, they have huge card. This is like ridiculous. The last one we talked about was big. We're talking about these guys going for it and having these different promotions just tossing money at these fighters, and it's going awesome, but especially for all the fighters and stuff right now, because you got guys coming out of the UFC that was maybe taking 1-2 fights and then having to fight on regional shows for God knows how long, if not retire, and now they got the big spotlight on ESPN and NBC. Yeah, I'm sorry, not ESPN, NBC for the Professional Fighters League. And I mean, it's just huge. The main event for that one is Louis Firmino versus Will Brooks. Will Brooks is a savage. Firmino's good, but Will Brooks is really, really good. Will Brooks is a stud. That'll be a good fight, though. Jason High versus Rashid Magomedov. Brian Foster versus Ramsey Nijam, which is like, that's like your four fights down on the card, on a non-UFC card, and you got Brian Foster fighting on it. Then we got the debut of the U.S. Olympic Judo champion, Kayla Harrison. Really, really looking forward to that one. She'll be something else. Sean O'Connell's fighting on that. I'm more looking forward to the weigh-in for him, obviously. He always does something goofy. Thiago Tavares, Vinny Magalhaes, friend of our striking coach, Joey Hurtsellers, and Jason Butcher and Dan Spahn, who I both know personally. They're absolute studs, both of them. I was really, really excited when I saw that Spahn signed with this Professional Fighters League, and then when I seen Butcher's name, I was like, and then they put him on the same card, so I'm like, well, there we go. I mean, it's go time for those two. They're both, I like the way both of them fight. Both big hitters. Both of them have spent time down at Sheely's, at Iron Tiger, and, you know, just that, the atmosphere at that room is really, really geared towards guys like that and exciting fighters like that. So I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do. Then we got some little things coming up this weekend. We got that PFL is on NBC, and that is June 21st. But before that, we got Cage Warriors 94 this weekend, CES 50 this weekend. And then locally, we have the boxing show coming up in Fostoria. I just got the poster for it. You can't see it, but we're going to post it up on the website for you guys. What do you think about them boxing shows, Mike?
Oh, they're great. They're a blast. They're a blast to box on, to go to. It's just a fun time. Lots of great guys boxing, coaching. It's just a good time.
Yeah, if you guys don't know Gary Young from Demolition, one of the best coaches around here. Great guy, great person, just a friend of ours, and one of the guys we really enjoy working with and fighting for on his shows, and just going to his shows just to watch him sometimes if we don't have guys fighting on him, because they're always entertaining and it's always a really good atmosphere. He just keeps a good culture at his school, much like the way we keep it at ours on Sundays. And then we got some big news, actually. This is breaking, and there's just no other way to put it. We got the text message literally 5 minutes before we started the show. Iron Tiger fight series coming back to Columbus on July 27th at the Hollywood Casino again. The last one we were talking about, Daniel Haig, Ryan Paul Show, Sakudi. We talked about the Dom Steele and Travis Davis fight. These shows are insane. These shows have some of the best fighters. You put Dom Steele on a regional show against one of the... And, I mean, Davis gave him everything he could handle. That was a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. Absolutely hell of a fight. And then on top of that, we will be having some other announcements regarding Karoshi relating to that show as well. Now, with the boxing show, we still have Logan Kyle, Chris Mitchell, and the veteran Mike Russell also boxing on that show. So definitely come out and get your guys' tickets for that. The doors open at 6 p.m. and the first bell is going to be at 7 p.m. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. I think we tightened it up pretty good today. Thank you, Mike, for coming on the show.
It was a pleasure.
Awesome. You guys can see us on Sundays, as always, at noon, at Fallen Timbers, at Ohio Martial Arts Center. Karoshi Combat Sports Weekly. Thank you guys for watching.